Want to create an awesome low poly island in Blender? In this tutorial, I'll show you how to transform a simple mesh into a colorful stylized island, complete with mountains, trees, and a clean low poly aesthetic. By the end of the video, you'll have a finished scene and learn useful modeling, shading, and lighting techniques along the way. Let's jump into Blender and start creating. First, we'll hop onto Blender and delete all these stuffs. Then we'll press Shift A in our keyboard and add an cylinder. Now we'll zoom it a bit and we'll click on this add cylinder part and we'll just decrease the vertici from 32 to 16 so that it's low poly and looks kind of boxy and we'll not change the rest. Now we'll select the cylinder again and we'll go to the edit mode by pressing tab in our keyboard and we'll select that loop cut tool and we'll change the number of loop cuts to 6 kind of and we'll make 6 loop cuts like that. And now we have something like this. We'll just go to the face select mode and select the bottom face, and also don't forget to turn on the proportional editing and we'll scale it down like that. We'll scale it a bit like this and we'll scale this up a bit like that, and we have something we'll do a bit more, and yeah, we have something like that. It still does not look like an island, but it will. So yeah, we'll just make a bit of tweaks. We'll select that and we'll extrude it a bit and scale it. Yeah, and yeah, and we'll have something like this. So now what we'll do is just we'll just go to object mode and add and displace modifier, and we'll just add a new one and we'll change it to clouds, and we'll just it looks like an island, but we'll just do a bit of tweaks to the strength and stuffs. Like we'll scroll down and just change the size a bit. Yeah, like that. And yeah, we'll just check around if it's not if it's a natural or unnatural. So now we'll just go to the modifiers tab and we'll just apply it, the displace modifier. Now we'll just go around and we'll just you can see those sharp pointy stuffs up, so we'll just do bit like smooth so that it's not that much. We'll just smoothen a bit like that, and you can also see that there are kind of spikes kind of thing in bottom, so let's also smooth them down. So we'll just select the object and we'll just press grabs it like that, and for this one also, this one we'll just grab it down, and again for this one also so that it's not uneven. Yeah, now we have something like that and it looks natural pretty much. So we'll just pan a bit and yeah, yeah, so we have our island kind of complete. Now let's move on to making some, you know like let's make some trees. So we'll add cylinder again by pressing shift A in our keyboard, and we'll just scale it up, scale it down, and scale it up again like that. We have something like kind of like a log, like a tree log. Again, we'll press shift and A in our keyboard, add a cone, we'll grab it up and we'll scale it in Z axis so that it's not that sharp like that, and we'll just you know duplicate it by pressing shift D in our keyboard and just grabbing it down. Now we'll just select the two of the cones up there and we'll just join it. We'll right click and select join, and now we have something like tree which looks like a tree. Now we'll select it the whole part and we'll scale it down so it's in appropriate size. Now we'll grab it down and we'll grab it to the parts where we want the trees, like here one, and we'll press Alt D to like duplicate them. Like we have one tree here, we can just select both these. Uh, let's rename it first. Like we'll rename that this one as floating island, this one as the tree log, and yeah, and for this one we'll just like tree leaves. Yeah. Now we have something like this. We'll just select the tree log and tree leaves and we'll grab it up. And now we'll just arrange it in the islands in a such a way so it looks like a forest, kind of. Now we'll like arrange it here and there. We can duplicate and just fill up these spaces, not too much but a bit. Like with some of the gaps, big huge gaps, but not cluttered. Like I'll grab it here. This place is a bit empty, so we'll just put it here and yeah, we're pretty much trees now. We'll just tweak a bit because it looks still unnatural. It looks like some kind of pattern. Yeah, now you can see it looks pretty much nice. Now we'll to arrange it like you can see in the collection place it's all cluttered. So instead of that, let's select all our trees uh, and we'll just make another collection and just keep in them. Yeah, the final one, let's select this one. Yeah, and now we'll press M in our keyboard and we'll select new collection. We'll change the name to trees, just trees, and we'll just create it. Now we'll close that trees part and yeah, now we have something clean in our collection other than a cluttered one. Now let's to make a bit of like mountains because it looks like plain. So let's add a cylinder again. Again, we'll just go to the loop cut tool and just make some loop cuts, like six, which was already there. And now what we'll do is we'll just go to face select mode and select the top face and we'll scale it down. We'll just increase the proportion a little bit. Yeah. We'll scale it a bit more. Yeah. And we'll just scale it down like that. We'll make something like this. It looks like yeah, like that. Yeah, just like that. And yeah, it still doesn't look like a mountain, so we'll just add a displace modifier so that it's not that smooth as it shouldn't be. We'll just add a cloud modifier and we'll again just um decrease or increase the like size a bit. I guess that's okay. We'll just change the strength. We'll just change it to something like 500 and we'll go to edge select mode and select this part and we'll just make some uneven structure so that it doesn't look that much even as it should be because mountains are not even. We'll just scale it down. We'll grab it somewhere like here into the empty places like there. Yeah, we'll just grab it down and we'll just grab it in y-axis a bit, x-axis a bit. We'll just adjust it in the ground and yeah, we have something like this. And one mountain still looks bland. So let's add another mountain. We'll just this time scale it up and we'll just like increase the strength a bit so that it's a bit of uneven. And this time we will do shift D because if we do all D there will be huge changes. And we'll just uh, let it like that. Yeah. So yeah, we'll do shift D and we'll just select the top face and we'll just grab it up Yeah, and we'll go to the object mode and change the strength a bit. Like I changed to 600, and yeah, we have something like a mountain again. Now let's add another mountain. So we'll again press Shift D and like grab it in x-axis a bit, y-axis a bit. We'll scale it down a bit because it's too huge. And it should not be that much. And we'll just again make some tweaks. Like we'll grab it more down because that one was the tallest. So let one be the tallest, one be a bit little, and one the smallest. We'll just tilt here and there so that it's again not uneven. Like it, I tilted that side, and you can see the mountain is like kind of going outside, but I guess it's still okay because we are not focusing that part actually. So we'll bring this tree a bit this side so that it doesn't clash with the mountains, and we'll just grab this a bit outside again. um, yeah, yeah, we'll just grab it in x-axis a bit so that it's in middle bit, and we'll rotate it a bit so that we can see all the three mountains clearly. We'll just do a bit of adjustments like that, and yeah, we'll again just select the trees, duplicate them, and again fill the place, and we'll make sure so we'll not like make it a bit cluttered as it should not be, and it will make unnatural. Yeah, and we'll just keep arranging like that, and we'll just duplicate it and like move it here and there so that there is no space which is like uneven. So let's just grab here and there this, and we'll also duplicate, keep duplicating them so that it's not like unusual with one here and one very far away. So yeah, we'll just duplicate one here, and yeah, it looks pretty much nice. Just a bit of tweaks with this one because it's like too close. And yeah, we'll just move it there a bit, and we'll just select the trees. We'll just do a bit more tweaks, and we'll just keep doing the tweaks until we like have our one of them which looks nice. So I guess this looks nice, so we'll just add a subdivision modifier to each of them. Like I'll add subdivision modifier for this, and I'll just E- yeah, we'll just add a bit of bevel modifier, and yeah, it looks nice. And yeah, we'll just do the same for this one also. We'll add a subdivision modifier and just increase the levels, and yeah, it looks nice with that. So we'll just increase the levels for both, for this also to 4, and for that one also we'll do 4 for. And we also don't remember like remember to do the same for the render also. Now we have something like this, and we'll just do it for every trees. And yeah, we are done with all of them, and now it's time for a bit of shading for the trees and everything, so that it doesn't only look like black and white. So yeah, so we'll just first color the trees. So let's just select one of the trees, and let's just go to the shading part. The shading part. Yeah, and yeah, we'll just press new, and we'll add a kind of light green color, a bit a bit dark so that it's not that light. Yeah, like that much. Now we'll also add a kind of gradient texture because we don't want one color. It feels bland, so we'll just add a gradient node and a color ramp, and we'll just set one to dark green and another one to and light one. Yeah, and we can just try seeing the, yeah, you can see there are some transitions, you can see, but we want it horizontal, not like vertical. So for that, what we can do is, yeah, for that, but before that, we'll just uh, so like you can see it's too sharp. Like the transition is little too sharp. So let's just make it a much smoother transition so that it doesn't look like two colors completely separated. So we'll just add some like color like that there and one here so that you can see the transition is clearly like smooth, and you can see it's now nicely blending in. Yeah, now we'll just again make some, we'll just rotate it in, so that we'll just randomly rotate for every of them. As you can see, it looks nice and it has much more transitions. So now let's move on to adding some color to the locks. We'll press new and we'll just add a bit of brown color, and we can just add a bit of bump, even if it will not make that much changes, but still let's add a bump, and we'll just add a noise texture to it, a noise texture, and we'll just increase the distance, and we'll just zoom in a bit to check if it's there, and we'll just apply like we'll press control A and apply scale to it before that, and we'll just make some tweaks to scale in noise, like in noise texture, and we'll just, yeah, now we have something like trees. Interesting. So now we'll add the color to the island. So we'll add kind of yellowish kind of color like near to there, and yeah, we'll just go to the shading mode, because like islands have like from a transition again it has a gradient texture. So for that we'll just go to the shading tab, and yeah, we'll just you know add a gradient texture and color ramp, and for making it to like horizontal, like vertical to horizontal, we'll add two more nodes. We'll add a you know mapping node. We'll just press shift A in our keyboard and just search mapping, and we'll also add a texture coordinate node. Yeah, and we'll just plug object to vector and vector to vector, and we'll just rotate it a bit like that, and we'll just bring the black color up in the color ramp, and we'll just change the color to yellow again, and for the white part we'll just change it to green, so that because lands are basically green, and we'll just add a bit of transition so it looks kind of different. Like we'll just bring another, we'll also add another like that, and we'll just grab it towards green, and yeah, we have perfect transition between that yellow and green, and it likely to be looks like an island. Now it's time to shade the mountains. We'll press new, and we'll again add a gradient, because mountains also don't have a flat color. We'll add a texture coordinate node, a mapping node, then a gradient texture, and also finally a color ramp, of course. We'll just grab it a bit far, and we'll join vector to vector, like color to factor and color to base color, and don't forget to do object to vector also. And now we'll just rotate it in mapping node, a bit. Like it should be kind of just slanting like this. It's like kind of slanting. We'll just, you know, add another of them, one of them, and just make a kind of transition. We'll add a brown color to the, like, in the bottom, and we'll just add a white color on the top, and the gray and a gray color in the middle, like that. Yeah, and you can see it looks pretty much nice to be a mountain. And now we'll just do a bit of tweaks because you can see it doesn't look like a brown color, and now it looks a brown color. So now we'll just copy the same material to this one. For that, we'll just go, like, select, press new, and just select the our, like, material from here, and do the same for the big one, the biggest one, like, yeah, yeah. So now we have three mountains colored. Just the thing is, like, we'll just, make a bit of changes so that it looks nice. Yeah, and we'll just rotate it in here, like that. And we'll just rotate for this also the same. And we have finally colored everything, and it looks pretty much nice from now also. So let's be ready for lighting and rendering. For that, we'll just grab this, all of these things up, and we'll add a cube. We'll scale it up again, and we'll just grab it up, and we'll just make sure it doesn't touch the island, like here, like that. And we're just gonna pan to our place so that our island is in middle. We can just focus in there, and we'll just select the cube and just press Ctrl B on our keyboard and just bevel it, like that. Not that much, but yeah, that much. And we'll add, like, 16 or 14 loop cuts, like that, and we'll smooth it out. So as you can see, if I do this, then it looks like infinite. The background looks infinite, as you can see, with no seamless shadows or boundaries. So now what we are gonna do is we'll add a material for the background too, and again we'll add a gradient. So we'll just, copy the our mountain background, and we'll just click on that four kind of thing. We'll just change the color this to blue kind of, light blue kind of, like that, and this to, like, not white, complete white, but a very light one, and we'll just rotate it in, like that, so that we can see the difference in a camera. Yeah, and you can see it looks nice. We'll just change this color. Yeah, it looks perfect. As you can see, there's a nice transition, and it feels like a sky. So I guess it's finally the time of lighting. So we'll go to the, but before that we'll add a light, and before that we'll just change the render region to EV to cycle, and then we'll add a area light, and we'll just grab it up and scale it up. And just we'll increase the power of the light because it's like too light, and we'll just increase to 30. We'll grab it up, and we'll scale it more, like, we'll scale it more and make the it 100 kind of, or maybe 200, like that. And we'll just add a few more lights, like, we'll add another light. We'll grab it up, we'll rotate it in, like, we'll just grab it in y-axis and x-axis, and, like, rotate it in y-axis a bit, like that, and x-axis a bit, and finally we'll just rotate it in z-axis, so that, like that. And we'll just grab the light down so that the bottom part is not too dark, like that. We'll just do a bit of adjustments. We'll just increase the power to you know 20 or 30, 30 like that. We'll grab it more down and we have something like this, but still in certain parts it's still dark. So again we'll just duplicate it and grab it in you know x axis, and we have highlighted this part and it's time for the opposite part. We'll again duplicate and rotate it in z axis like that, and we'll grab it in y x axis a bit also, and we have like perfectly highlighted every part. Yeah, and you can see it looks nice in the cycles mode, you can see. And finally we'll add a camera, and oh, I already added a camera before. So we'll add a light, an area light. We'll grab it up, we'll scale it up, and we'll again change this power to like kind of 30 and or 50, you can say. We'll just grab it up, we'll just grab it up like that, and yeah, we'll just increase a bit more because it's too dark to 100 kind of. We'll just grab it up, or 200 maybe. Grab it, we'll just again grab it up. Mhm. We'll just set our camera a bit and we'll just tweak this light a bit, and yeah, we'll just you know select the fourth light, area point 004, and we'll just grab it up like that, and we'll just change the power to 300 because it's too dark. Yeah, like that. And we'll scale it more, like towards, yeah, and but still you can see that part is dark, so we'll just scale the light in maybe x axis, or no, actually like let's just try increasing the power. It's no difference that side. Just move a bit, and yeah, we'll just select the camera, and we'll just adjust the resolution from 1920 by 1080 to 1080 by 1080, like that. And we'll log that kind of thing, and we'll just set our camera, we'll pan it there, we'll zoom a bit, yeah, and we'll just grab the cube a bit down like that, so it has it gives it a kind of feeling like it's floating. So we don't need those shadows to be created, so we'll just you know grab it a bit down, uh, grab this also a bit down, and this also a bit down like that. And now we have kind of feeling of it's floating, but also the light, we'll just scale it in y-axis, so we'll just grab it in y-axis, and yeah, we have solved that problem, and yeah, it looks nice. We'll just do a bit more tweaks, and we'll just press F12 in our keyboard and render it, and let it render. Yeah, and as you can see, it looks nice. The background is perfectly matching with the floating island. It looks like a sky. And there you have it, a complete low poly island made in Blender. If you found this tutorial helpful, be sure to like the video, subscribe for more Blender tutorials, and share your creations in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one.